Hey, what's going down? How you been? I got some cool music today. Gonna keep it kind of cool. Dahlia by Duck Mile. I love that Duck Mile. Duckmaw. You know, Stack McChange loves that Duck Mile. Stack McChange. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. This wasn't the coat I wanted to wear, but it just happened to be in the room. And then I found this one on the couch, and it seemed to kind of, you know what I mean? Like, so, hey, there you go. Shout out to all the beautiful people here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Sometimes you just go with the flow, and it happens to be the best thing that you could have ever done. So Bitcoin, you know, struggling. And there's kind of two scenarios here I have for everybody. I'm going to break it down for you. We just had a weekly screen share with the trading group too. Kind of broke down what I see happening. And, but yeah, we're going to take it from here. We're going to show you what's happening on this beautiful Saturday morning. God bless everyone out there on the interwebs. Thank you so much for being here and kicking it with the Crypto Lifer. I appreciate it. Let's take a look at Bookmap. First thing I want to take just a jab at over here. 67.5 just kind of came up hard. Looks like they may want to drag us down there, but then we also have 70K, so we're kind of in between, and that's what happens on the weekend. So it could go either way is what you're seeing. And previous resistance could be some support. And we have some major resistance there at about 62 and at about 59,000, 58.5 there. We'll see when did that candle open. It opened at about, 58,739. So about $58,800. And we also bounced kind of right off of it there too. So you can see that's going to be an area of contention. Bitcoin did dip into that area, but we did get a wick back to the upside. A lot of people think this is the exact bottom. It could be. It could. What if it also makes a bear flag for a few months and then goes lower? You never know. All right, here's the worst case scenario for Bitcoin, in my humble opinion, that it makes a flag and then continues lower. And it hits like 23K somewhere May of, like, it just continues to go down until we get into the halving. I mean, that's possible. I'm not, the idea is if it did come from impulse, it usually hits the 786, and that would be somewhere here at about $40,000, maybe a wick down to 38K. So to me, the low looks like 38,000. I could be wrong, but that's kind of what I see is somewhat possible. Okay, anything is possible. I keep my mind open because you never know. Too many people overly bullish, too many people overly bearish. We just got to take it one day, one step at a time. All right, fear and greed, the lowest I've ever seen it. This is the lowest I've ever seen fear and greed. So this is a historic moment today for each and every one of us here on the stream. Never in my life have I seen fear and greed at a 6. First time in my entire life. So this is something big that I just never noted, and you got to take this into account no matter what. So fear and greed at 6, no good. Or good for me. I mean, it's the best place to buy Bitcoin in my humble opinion, but also I've never seen it. So a 9, it's so crazy at a 6. It's amazing. Historic values too, right? It's below historic. I've never seen this in my life on the fear and greed index. So lowest it's ever hit, ever. I've never seen it go below 9. So again, I bought so much Bitcoin, even lower than we are today. So we'll see where it goes. But you guys see me, I just continue. And then we did finally get the reversal pattern, which did, we did trade this back to the upside. I gave this trade to my trading group. I'm going to talk about how and why I did it. I made a short talking about it. So I think the short really, nothing gets better than the short because the short really explains it perfectly. I had time to think about what I wanted to say. I broke it down and we had a really nice time. So let me just, and I'm putting this stuff on Instagram now. Really, I'm putting a lot of effort into Instagram. So if you're just flipping through your phone and you want actual knowledge, you don't want to just get brain rot, check me out on Instagram. That's kind of where it is. And my shorts on YouTube, we're just hitting you with a bunch of information. But check this out, if I may. And what I'll do is I'll mute this music just for a split segundo. And this is Lemon Slice by Mislo. Okay, just in case you wanted to, This is why I longed Bitcoin last night on the 4-hour time frame. You can see right here, I saw this tweezer bottom. When a green candle closes next to a red one, and the green candle has a big wick like that, I buy the candle with a stop below the wick. I showed this to my trading group. Let me kind of show you what I did. Now, here's the post of the trading group there, as you can see, and I gave it at 9:02 p.m. yesterday. And if you look at it closely, you can see the entry was there with just a stop below the wick. Very simple. I was front running the fact that that 4-hour candle was going to close. Very simple stuff. Front running the fact that that 4-hour would close. And we're
Listen
going
to this
that
guy.
move further to the
This
upside.
guy knows
That's
what he's
my
talking
Discord, cryptoleffer.com. So you can see I gave a beautiful call for Bitcoin. Now, if you look where it is now, that's in the money beautifully. So we entered somewhere around the $64,000 region, and Bitcoin went on a tear up to 71,000. If you can get in a move for a $5,000 Bitcoin move, you can make a good amount of money. I learned how to make 1,000 off of a $1,000 Bitcoin move. So if Bitcoin goes up 5,000, I can make 5,000, sometimes even more. If you want to know more, go to cryptoleffer.com. Watch my stream every single day. This is where it's at. And so right now it's continuing to pump. And what we're looking for is an inverted head and shoulder here. So what we're looking for is this to make a shoulder, a head, and a shoulder and shoulder. That will have a what we call a neckline with a measured move, and that could propel us further up. We could be back at 95,000 before you know it here for Bitcoin. So get ready, folks. 95,000 could happen, and it could happen sooner than you realize. This is why. Yeah, so that just, do. It could happen, right? It could happen. All right, that's the key, right? It could happen. So that's one thing on the radar, all right? Just put it out there. But the 2-week chart, came right back down into this key, into that level of liquidity, and there's that weekly 200 moving average. And, Michael Saylor brought up too at his meeting. I mean, that's a great place to start. We seem to have dipped below before. If we do that too, you're looking somewhere into 49. And that drop down there just shows you, if you open this up and you see that, there's that liquidity down there. Right there, that node, 42,000, 38, 42K. So anyway, but let's see. Let's see this weekly candle close. Let's see if we can get a tweezer bottom. And so what you're really, what I'm doing is zooming out, seeing if the next weekly candle can close green with a wick. If it does that, I'm going to front run it just like I showed you how to front run the 4-hour. And that's how we could hold it for 3 weeks and make some serious gains, right? This will be the year I learn how to trade the bigger time frames better than ever. You know what I mean? I'm just going to work on it. It's always a learning experience, everyone, with your trading, constantly adding to what you're doing. It will be nice if today flips green too, or doesn't go any redder than now. I'd like to see this flip back to the 200 moving average. You go upside down. It does look like it could be making a head and shoulder pattern that could dump on you. So that's what we're looking for, right? And that's why we're upside down here, just kind of looking. What we don't want is a bull flag, right? Which could happen. You see the daily connects back to the 21. It's above the 200, and this thing just continues to go lower, somewhere to like $35,000 BTC. So again, you don't get the V-shaped recovery in the next, I'd say, if this doesn't go up like this in the next 5 to 7, 8 days, and try to dig its way out of here, you're making a flag, and there's lower lows coming. So we have a lot to look at. And then again, we could figure this out by watching the 4-hour time frame, just like we talked about earlier today. And we can say, okay, well, here we stand, right? And I can make this level here and move this here and say, okay, that's going to be another descending triangle with a measured move if it decides it's not going to break through this trend line. And so if Bitcoin decides to go tight like this and not break back above, I mean, so it is what it is. Right now we're sitting at 69,000. And then if you really want to zoom in and see what's happening, you're watching this flag like we talked about on the 15 minutes. So that's I just gave you the monthly all the way to the 15. We could go even into the 1 minute and the 5, but it is the weekend. Need I digress? So the thing is now is you want to see this turn into some type of flag. See this? This is and break out. To save, at least. Because so you're watching the 15 minutes break out of this flag, looking for this to get tight. Stay above the 200 moving average. We did have an Adam and Eve there on the 15-minute time frame. And it did play out exactly like it's supposed to. It's amazing how that thing works out. Adam and Eve's, man, over and over again. But so there you have it. I would watch your 15. I would watch your 1-hour time frame for Bitcoin. These are the key levels that I would be paying attention to make sure that we kind of stay inside more of a bullish tone throughout the day instead of start to collapse further to the downside. If we do, I'm telling you, it does look like it's going to make a descending triangle that could be going lower with levels to about $49,000, $52,000, right? So a lot of people are claiming it's the bottom for sure. I'd be careful. Okay, it's one step at a time, one candle at a time, one moment at a time. Layer zero up 11%, midnight up 9%. A little bit of movement here. Bitcoin Cash up 8% in the last 24 hours. Interesting. Okay. Funny, Bitcoin Cash at $500, right? Funny. Yeah, remember when it used to move with Bitcoin, so crazy. Wow, SWE back below a bean. It's up 4% though. But you can see everything taking a hit in the last week, no matter what it was. The crypto market just in the shadows right now. But again, opportunity arises for those that can see it. 6 in the fear. And so I'm buying with a 10-year plan. But you got to have a 10-year plan for sure. If you're looking to make money immediately, it's getting tough, you know. But if you zoom out and you grind and you have faith, things are looking okay. So stay strong, everybody. This isn't the greatest time, but it is the most. It could be. Actually, you know what? It always has to be the greatest time in my mind. Like, every time has to be the greatest, because if it's not, then what is it, right? So these are the days of our lives. We can't stay down. We got to stay up all the time and be positive. I'm excited for my life. I could be down that I ruptured my Achilles. I'm sitting in a boot right now, and it is what it is. There's nothing I can do about it. I have to take that in and just realize that, hey, today I still got to go do other things around town, and I got some stuff I got to get done no matter what. So it is what it is. I love you all. Thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. I'll see you all tonight too, as we break down what happens to Bitcoin, where we see it going. We can have some fun. We'll do my green box fun idea, I guess, but I don't know really what's going to happen today because it's the weekend. It's iffy, but we're looking for it to break out, right? Break out on the 15. And it's going to be 20 at 8 o'clock, right there, 20. Yeah, I want to see us in the green box right there. That's what I desire to see. I don't know what's going to happen, but that's, let's see. We'll roll that dice and see if I can hit at 2015 there. Shout out to Lakochi. God bless you, brother. Shout out to everybody here. Thank you so much. WOJAK, somebody asked about. Let's take a look at WOJAK. I heard someone said it collapsed the other day. It's a meme. I don't know why it looks like that. Hold on. I don't know, man. Looks like it got rugged, bro. I don't know. Yeah, I can't really, I don't know what's going on there, to be honest. Seems it's just at the bottom of its barrel here. It's, it's low. I don't know, man. I'm all set. Trey, I wouldn't be getting into high risk speculative coins when the market's in this type of behavior, But hey, if someone else might want to get in at the very bottom, they think it's a win. It is. You're not buying the top. I don't know what else to say, and I'm not a financial advisor. Another guy saying he should be taken as such, so I don't know. I'd stay away from it though. Yeah. More like WOJAK again. Yeah, exactly. Anyway, I love you all. Thank you so much. I will see you tonight. Stay blessed. Stay amazing. Stay fresh. Keep the music pumping. Keep the energy going, baby. And never stop. I love each and every one of you. Shout out to my crypto lifers. Thank you so much for jumping on in. I'll see you all tonight. And we're going to have an amazing day. God bless today. Thank you for everything I've received today. What a blessing today is already. Thank you, dear Lord, for everything you've given me on my day. Today has been a blessing. Amen. Thank you for everyone being here. I'll see you all tonight, 8 p.m. God bless you all. Thank you.